Bold Moves is about innovation. It's about moving forward. It's about a person or a being or a group of people who are confident in who they are. And Ford Motor Company started that way.
They say a corporation has no heart and soul. I believe the Ford has a heart and soul. You see, Ford is a family. There's still a Ford there. There's always been a Ford that's interested.
My dad worked at Ford. I worked at Ford. I retired from Ford.
28 years.
28 years.
28. 28. 32. 32.
Over 100-something years, 200 years right here.
Ford is a part of Americana. I mean, it's been around for 100+ years. Henry Ford founded the automotive industry. He was one of the pioneers. And the fact that we're still around after 100 years speaks volumes. Historically, you can point to products like the original Mustang, which created the pony car segment. You know, SUV wasn't a term back then. We created the original Explorer. It's a brand that really transcends. It sort of symbolized freedom.
Ford Motor Company, $5 a day. They come up in like 1905, 1906. They come up here in waves, man, to get the job. Ford helped the people on both sides of the fence, white and black.
This is about America, really. It's a story about a family, it's a story about a company, but it's also a story about America and where America's going. The auto industry is in a state of major crisis and may really be completely overtaken by the Japanese. This is a company that really could go down.
We're at a turning point as a company.
Our pricing is totally irrational if we're going to be successful against the real competitor, which is not the big three, but it's Toyota, Honda, and Nissan.
In their price range, they're offering a lot more better. You can say, more power, more interior room, and more quality materials on their cars.
Maybe we didn't really care for the brand as we should have, and we might have gotten bored and tried to make it something that it wasn't.
They were pushing quality, but they weren't delivering quality compared to the Japanese.
We've announced closings. It's probably the most difficult thing that we do.
How much more can Detroit take, We've got the worst economy in the entire country. I think Ohio is like second, And it's all because of the auto industry and, everything's being made overseas now.
Michigan, in this area, Dearborn, the grass grows blue. Ford, who's going to support America, period, when it's all gone?
It's been just about 2 months since we launched the Way Forward plan and our return to profitability no later than 2008.
Before you start a journey, you have to kind of recognize where you're coming from. We're in trouble because we lost touch with the consumer. If you don't offer to those consumers what they want, there are other alternatives that they can go to. So when that happens, the business gets upside down and you have to fix it.
It is 7 o'clock at WJR Detroit from the New York Auto Show at the Jacob K. Javits Convention Center. Coming up, our first guest in this next half hour, Mr. Mark Fields. He's been kind of called the rock star of the automotive industry. What is the camera crew doing? They're just following you around everywhere, Mark?
Hey, Frederick, how are you?
Mr. Fields,
how are you? Hey, Phil.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good to see you.
I got a man with a lot of titles. It's Mark Fields. He's Executive Vice President, President of the Americas, North and South America.
Sometimes it's just too darn long. I work for Ford. Now, it's Mark Fields and the team.
What share of the turnaround is going to come from cost cuts?
It's a whole host of things. There's no one silver bullet. This change or die mantra, so to speak, is meant to get that urgency. When did they introduce this? Is it on the market yet?
This summer.
This summer? It's very easy in our own little offices to create our own reality about what it means to be competitive. The same IP as the Tahoe.
Yes.
When you walk around the shows, you're seeing it in the flesh. Wow. It's a continual wake-up call that you can't rest one iota in this business. You do, and you're dead. 3 years from now, what do I want people to be thinking about and talking about Ford Motor Company? Of course, I want them to be talking about the great products we have on the street, the great turnaround we've done, we've proved the naysayers wrong, and then I just rewind back from there to today. And then figure, okay, what do I need to do today to help us get to that future point?
There's a lot of employees that have been here 20 and 30 years, and they've been through the thick and the thin. And you know what? They're still here. Because there's been thin prior to now, and there's been thick in between. And they're just as proud of that Ford Oval being on the buildings as I am.
Change or die, baby. That's what it's all about.